whatever app you're using, it tells you like this is a definite road you can go on, because like you get up the Adirondacks, depending upon where you go.
I might be 2 for 2 there. Remember the coffee shop and the town? I doubt it. 3 15 by 15. Center beams, curved, all old school wood bow, whole way around. The support structure is crazy.
Nothing around the rim. That was a crazy like grinding noise for about 4 or 5 seconds, and it went away. To be fair, this is not a bridge, but we're going to take a look. This is a pretty big reroute. If we can't get across, Barry's a little bit ahead of me here. Gonna have to figure a way around. Maybe this has just recently happened, I don't know, but it will definitely wreak havoc on our long day. Be prepared to stop. Oh, yeah, that does not look inviting. Should we walk down and ask? That looks like very much a bridge being out. Past that trailer, let me get some eyes. Past that trailer looks pretty crazy. All right, update your maps. I'm gonna take a look at what this looks like, and we're probably gonna have to find a way out here. This is definitely gonna affect our long day. When you're out on the bike, I mean, adventure's a venture, right? We're gonna have to backtrack a good bit, see where that puts us for the rest of the day, for lunch, and for home. But what can you do? This stuff comes up. Let's go take a look, and I'll be right back. We had a shot of a bridge on the Southeast BDR, but this road curves around and goes past that house right there to my left, and there is no bridge. That tractor right here is on this side. That tractor over there, if you can see it, is on the other side. That's a big open no-no. Well, you can only control so much out here, so we'll take a look, see how far we get backed up, and I'll touch base with you. Super happy that coffee was caffeinated now.
Kilmarnock, Virginia. Like, that's the Chesapeake side.
Beautiful area.
Oh yeah, it's great. Go Chesapeake Bay crabs.
Now, like whatever app you're using, it tells you like this is a definite road you can go on, because like you get up in the Adirondacks, depending upon where you go.
Yeah, when we hit the real junk in the mountains, there's an app, there's actually a non-profit called Ride BDR, Backcountry Discovery Route, that verifies private land, public land, and with DOTs with the state, what days those are open, because some stuff isn't open, but...
I know, like some shit in the Adirondacks, it looks like it's a road, but it's forever wild. They're not supposed to put anything motorized.
Oh yeah, like protected wilderness.
I thought they were just river washings. It's just full of rocks. I mean, we're just sitting here just...
Yeah, that's the one I told you about yesterday. It was about 3/4 of this lane and solid rocks, and we're like, is this a road? What is this? But I know they planned it. They talked to the state. I'm like, this is just amazing craziness.
Well, you guys have a safe trip.
We appreciate you. All right, they gave us a download here. It looks like a bit of a reroute, but it'll be highway. So right through those trees is the town we need. So we're about 1,000 feet, and we're gonna do some miles to make it up. Good group of guys. They were just down in Chesapeake Bay area eating some local crab there. All right, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn around, find this 23A, make it to Prattsville, and we'll pick you back up. Out of our control, that is utmost definition of a bridge out. That's a massive damage. New York, no, I don't think so, because I think it ended at like West Virginia line. Yeah, officially the third, huh? Well, if you're gonna have to have a reroute, it might as well look like this. That is crazy. All right, eyes back on the road, man. But damn, dude. All the way over there. This has been an interesting reroute, but there's been a little beauty along the way. Check that out. Wow. All right. We still got some miles to do, but we're making it. All right. It is showing me a right. Does that make sense? Okay. I should have it going to the right place. Okay. I think mine should snap in. Yep. Mine snapped in and it looks good now. Google Maps is throwing me a little attitude. Well, the city of Prattsville, which lays behind me here, officially, we are done with the reroute. And I'd have to say, one of the nicer reroutes I've been on, just riding by the river, a whole bunch of really nice scenery. But we should be back on the route pretty much right past this bridge. Let's see what we got here. Yep. And so overall, you're going to come directly into Prattsville, which is here for your gas and food needs. Barry and I had a late breakfast with outstanding pastry, so we're good. We're going to ride through. We got a little sandwich for the go. So the bridge definitely set us back some time. I think we can make that up, but it's already a long day. We'll see how we do. The construction guys there, 3 of them we're talking to. 2 of them thought about hitting the loader and building a little ramp just to get us across the rocks. But the foreman, or the first guy that was up talking to us, didn't like that idea. So we rerouted, but I'm saying there was a chance to throw some skills and make a really good video right there. We are back on route and see where this brings us to. Yesterday we had deer day. Today is definitely turkey day. Happy Thanksgiving. I say if we crack a fire at night, we could just survive alone style out here. Shortly after clearing Plattsville, our little reroute, hop right up here, and I don't know if you can see below me, but you see on my map here is a humongous reservoir, lake down there. Boat docks, canoe docks everywhere. And this road is just a beautiful, windy masterpiece. Just smooth, flow through some corners. Northern New York State must just be like kayaker and boating heaven, a lot like Minnesota, where I come from, the Boundary Waters. I think we could do some damage up here, Barry, with some kayaks. I know you got somewhere up here we should run into the Finger Lakes, which is supposed to be really good kayaking and canoeing as well. You got to get through those portages, if you know what I'm saying. Don't know what it is, but it's free. What a freaking stunning valley, man. Couple more gorgeous little New York towns that I can't pronounce we just went through. Hopped directly into some gravel. and it's got like 2 tracks down. I didn't expect to see this, but that's funny. That's a snowmobile trailer right there. I used to see those back home all the time. It's getting loose and beat up, but just gorgeous, like we're back in the middle of nowhere. I don't think we'll have much for towns in front of us. Oh, this is just loose. The tires are flying all over the place. So we got lunch in the bag from that coffee shop. We'll see if we can find a spot. Super cool, man. Look at this. Oh, we got a couple bikes too. They're adventure riders. Oh, man. The difference in the small change between small town New York and immediately into the mountains where you feel completely separated is just something. Barry just had a deer run out in front of him. These deer are friendly, I'll tell you what. I think they want to like come say hello. They're always running directly at us. A little bit different than a Minnesota and South Carolina deer. They've got better manners here. Hopefully I don't get a video with one on my lap, but boy, this road just gets loose fast and it's climbing. I don't know if you can see this, just quite a bit of rock in the road and then loose gravel on top. There's some homes up here, so they've been trying to maintain it. They are keeping it chunky. Getting some pretty big embedded rock now. But yeah, the difference between the town to country is just, I like it a lot. It doesn't take long to feel like you're in the middle of nowhere. Oof. Trying to take a good line here. Getting chunky fast. You got me in your ear? Back on trail. Back on black. Yeah. Yeah. Straight up in some muck and fuss, man. It's getting saucy now. It's a nice rocky road, but that mud is definitely collecting fast. Oh my. That's super cool. Absolutely in the middle of nowhere. You gotta drive these roads to get to it. Yeah, I think best move. It was pretty, when you split that water, that was really muddy, but we still got some grip. We're doing good. I'm gonna go opposite side, see who wins. Yep. Well, we're gonna get saucy up here though. Oh, that's slippery in that water. That's slippery in that water. For such a rocky bottom road, this mud is slippery. Yeah, it wanted to fishtail a little bit in that side. Yeah. Barry's just mentioning no river crossing so far. And then this. Oh, which way we going? We are going to go right. And I'm gonna take a commercial break for my ABS and I'll be right back. I swear to you, day one I was doing good on that ABS. Not so much now. All right. Yeah, out of the fire. That was a fun road. It was nice to throw that in. It feels a little weird to be this far into a BDR without water crossings, but that was some muddy mess. A little bit more normal of a track here. We got a right coming up. Yep. Looks like a much bigger road. We're clear. Whew. Well, that was fun. It's the trifecta of a rock situation right there. Loose, crush and run, embedded, small baby heads. Somebody's either having some fun on that road or just trying to maintain it, but it was a weird collection of rock. Got a little acreage up here. Oh shoot, I didn't even see that. I'm all checking out the house and then bam, pavement. Alright, back to pavement. We'll see what type of craziness we get into here. When we run into some more muck and fuss, we will bring you back. Alright. Well, we got our sandwiches we brought with us. Had to do some look, but we found found our first official river crossing. Look at that. Ford the river and then eat, or eat and then ford the river? You let me know. Should I do it on a full stomach or not? Oh, pretty cool little spot right here. And we just came off the route, off that crazy and interesting gravel. Wanted to find somewhere for lunch. We got our sandwiches. There's just not as much on section 2 for food and beverage. So at Fleischerman, I want to say, you can correct me below, I had it earlier. We grabbed that sandwich for the road, so we'll check it out. This should be a great spot. All right, this could be interesting. I haven't let a sandwich ride in my pannier for half a day through some muck and fuss. Okay, well, it's not all over the pannier, so that's stage 1, that's good. We'll grab a chair, let's go sit down and eat. I double up on Doolittle's, I think, was the coffee shop. Fleischmann, New York?
Probably same, right?
I might be 2 for 2 there. Remember the coffee shop and the town. I doubt it. Comment below and correct me. You know I don't say anything right. That sandwich is great. It's got like a French baguette. Something, man, going on. It's fantastic. I'm going to sit by the little river here, take a break. Got a little babbling brook out of the sun. Mountains behind us, can't ask for anything better. This is really nice. Better than sitting at a restaurant. We'll be back. All right, and that's how you do lunch out in the country. We got about half the route left today. Really just nice chilling underneath here. Listening to the water is very calming, but we should be about halfway through. Lunch is done. Probably another coffee in our futures, but we're gonna get back on the trail here. See what the rest of the day looks like. It's gotta be a mixture of road and pavements, which is the same thing, and some gravel as well, but we'll find out. We'll see you in a bit.
I think something that simple is gonna come my favorite lunch spot. It felt very much like hiking right there. Just pull over, enjoy the view. Got the rocks behind me, the river over there. Really enjoyable. I don't know what it is, but I like that stuff. And just like that, we're back on the road. I forgot to turn my car on, so Barry's probably talking to me with nobody in his ear. You got me, buddy? There it is. Alright, we're gonna meet back up with the route directly up here and continue on. Nice relaxing lunch. Let's see what else today has for us. I find it really interesting that if you take the mountains out of the situation, small town New York up here, upstate small town New York, reminds me a lot of small town Minnesota. Just don't have these beautiful mountains, at least in my section. We should be joining back up here. Probably gonna get back on some rough, fun, rugged dirt, which I'm hoping. But we got a lot of miles. We're about halfway through today. We'll see what else brings, but we're doing pretty good. I'll hit a gas station up a little later. I mean, look at this. We're just riding in the valley. One of these is the Catskills. Maybe they both are. I should probably know that. But Catskill Mountains, and sooner or later, unless my map in my brain hole here is wrong, we should be running into the Appalachians in New York as well. Well, let's ride. Let's have some fun. What a day. What an absolute adventure. All right, didn't make it far after lunch. This looks pretty awesome. An old covered bridge that's no longer on the actual highway. They separated it away, but let's check this thing out. These things are amazing. Part of the vast history of this entire northeast section is old covered bridges, old wagon roads, and everything. So let's geek out for a second and see if we can get a name, some information, and we'll be right back. Let's see if we can figure out what we got here. Park the bikes back here. The road doesn't go over it. You're not allowed to drive over it anymore. Blenheim? I'm gonna go with Blenheim covered bridge. No more vehicles, ATVs, skateboarding on bridges. So if you're on an ATV, you cannot go skateboarding over this bridge. That's what I'm taking away from that side. This is super crazy. Let's see what we got here. So local businessman in 1828 created the Blenheim Bridge Company. $6,000 to build this. Can you imagine what it'd be today? There's a little history if you can bring in there. An actual house connected to it for maintenance. Floods, wow. This thing is way up there. Had a 500-year flood. Did some serious damage, but it survived. Rebuilt and then moved. Yeah, constructed and moved off that. But check out how high this thing is. I mean, that's a heck of a flood right there. This is super cool. Let's go check it out. I love this stuff, man. It's 2-lane, separated in and out. Freaking amazing. Just look at the size of this wood. These middle beams, Barry, what do you think that is? 15 by 15?
Yeah, they're huge. And you see their wood dowel?
Yeah.
It's all old school.
Amazing. So 3 15 by 15 center beams, curved, all old school wood dowel, whole way around. The support structure is crazy. The design and functionality of this bridge is marvel at what could be created. So we're over the water now. Must used to connect back here. And it showed, those pictures showed an old house on the opposite side. Super crazy. My marksmanship head to toe is really impressive. Again, like I mentioned, these type of things. But this one's built in 1828, I think I just said. Visit about 46 ago in the video. These were covered not to protect the carriages, not to protect the people, not to, you know, 'cause this is upstate New York, not to keep snow out, but, well, to keep snow out, excuse me, but not for person protection, to protect the supports and the wood from the weather. I mean, it's just a design that really doesn't happen anymore. I love this stuff. Along my travel, especially in the Black Hills, seeing some of those old mine towns, South Dakota Black Hills on the BDRX are just cool. I could geek out all day, guys, but because of the detour, we are definitely behind. Not sure what the end of the day looks like, but let's see if we can make a couple miles anyway. So here we go. Back on the bikes.
Yeah, it looks like Barry said we finally hit 70 degrees, so we're warming up just a little bit. Very slow first 100 miles today with the reroute and all the cool sights, but those bridges are just really epic. I mean, you see them in the movies. This is about the 18th time we run into fresh tarred gravel. Must just be the time of year they do it. Seal it before the winter. I get it. I'm from Minnesota. Really neat to see the covered bridges. 1828. That is crazy. The craftsmanship and the design of the build are just amazing. We're going to see what the second half of this day brings us. Hopefully no more detours, because it could really add some drama to the end of the day. Not sure where we're staying. We still hope to make it to the end, but we got to figure life out. And it looks like we're taking a little corner here. Yes, indeed. All right. Covered bridge to craziness. Saucy. The craziest part is once again just out of a town and to craziness immediately. Trying to pick a decent lane. Left was equally as crazy to right. We are climbing aggressively with some embedded sharp looking rock, a bunch of loose rock, and gravel. Whew. It drops a little bit of maintenance rock. They're putting a little effort in. That was an interesting climb. Get the heart pumping right away. Yeah, you just got to feel your way through it. The big rocks are going to throw your bike around. The sand's going to bring it back the other direction. You just got to do the best you can. Wow, there is. I don't know if that's going to come out on camera, but there is a killer log cabin up there. And that has to be a rough entry point unless he's taking the long way this direction. Must. That was an interesting way to get back into the mountains, to say the least. Ooh. Definitely a little calmer here. Freshly thrown crush and run though, so get you sliding around a little bit. Somebody camping? I think we have successfully navigated Babyhead Hill. I know we left Pennsylvania behind, but that definitely felt like it. A lot smoother here. Didn't that remind you of like heavy day one stuff, Barry? We might be hopping off here. 0 games played. Well, the beautiful state of New York just wanted to bring us up that mountain in the funnest way possible, which I can't complain with. That was interesting. We're back on some tarmac, so let's see if we gobble up some miles. But any crazy muck and fuss that comes back, which I feel is going to be around any corner here, we'll touch base with you. All right, we lost Barry back here. He went zooming by the corner. It was a bit of a tight corner, so I didn't want to miss it. I don't see him back there. You in my ear, Barry? Oh, so he's gonna turn around. Oh, I heard a connection there, so we're... There he is. Might get a little saucy up here. And we're climbing fast, so let's... I did see that, I don't know if I got it on camera, but a fire tower that was over in this mountain range. Some pothole heaven there, but we'll find out if we're gonna run into it or not. See Mary back there. I don't think we're getting steep enough for that. Got a little chunky uphill, but right now it's all nice rock bottom, nothing loose. Ooh, little Widowmaker right there. There hasn't been a ton of views, but we are climbing hardcore, so let's see if we get anything up here. It'd be really nice to get one. We've been kind of 0 for a day and a half so far on the views. Oh, there we go. I see a headlight. Barry's back. Back again. We're going in the general direction of that fire tower, but we're not climbing steep enough. I don't think we're gonna get it. Oh, we got somebody up here with a flag or an umbrella. Yep. They're getting in their vehicle though. Yeah. They're checking something out and then they hid in their vehicle real quick. That's where the drop happens right there. Gotta. Yeah. So it's capable. It had some pretty fancy thin rims on it though. You're getting loose down here and a lot of ruts. Yeah, middle seems to be winning, absolutely. And then, yeah, we're gonna ride right out of it. Oh, gonna get saucy at the bottom. Absolutely, especially in that wet spot there. And again up here, not that infamous I'm gonna kick your butt Georgia clay, which I've battled with a few times and won and lost, but definitely clay bottom. Yeah, I say two things on that. Barry had asked if we did the Georgia Traverse again, what the difference would be. Is number one, it was early on, Barry, so I think we have improved, but also we ran into that Georgia Traverse shortly after 5 straight days of rain. It had cleared up for 2 days as we drove there, but there was a lot of extra rain out there, so I'd like to say we'd conquer it like kings, but man, that clay can just bite you. Oh, we must have a stop sign coming up. Correct. About 2 miles on the tarmac, push us right back into a little 2-track here. Oh, and there was a point of interest, and Barry thinks it's telling us to be prepared to go through hell. Oh. Yeah, half that road is gone right there. No, this is controllable chaos right here. Loose, chunky, but definitely doable. So right, yep. You're going the right way, right. Wow, that was deep. Yeah, I was gonna say nearly half your tire disappeared in that little thing. Yeah, I had to dive left right away. I really wasn't in the right gear for that. Whew. I saw those taillights and wheel jumping, so I just decided to go the other side. It was a little better, but I was the same spot. It looked a little crazy. Alright, we're back up to normalness. When we get to our next stop here, I got a kind of a noise on my back tire, but whenever we're good to take a look. Okay. Let's see what this is. Yeah, dual purpose stop. Check out Draven and clear out the shorts a little bit. Let me take a look and we'll be right back. Nothing around the rim. That was a crazy grinding noise for about 4 or 5 seconds, then it went away. I will have to adjust my chain tonight, but I mean, that looks fine. I'm gonna bring it down. All right, we are good to go. Water break and clear the shorts. We'll be back with you. Ton of noise. I'm wiggling. Something's happening. That was an experience for sure. All right, we're 2 up. We made it here. My butt's a little sore. I think this is probably ours right here. Town down the road, little tap room. Really, really need some food.